This is the Xiaomi 11 Lite. Actually, this was the Xiaomi 11 Lite. There is a very interesting story with this phone, but now we have the Xiaomi 12 Lite. So there are a couple of things we should already expect from this phone, considering this is a successor to the 11 Lite. This is the slimmest 5G phone when it was launched, and after that I think Motorola launched the Motorola Edge 20. That became the slimmest 5G phone. So ultimately crown was already lost, but I like that phone because the camera setup was very great and interesting. It is indeed very lightweight phone, just 154 grams something. So super light, comfortable phone. Only drawback was that I believe just it has a 90Hz display. Battery backup was not very great. So let's find out, guys, what happened with the Xiaomi 12 Lite. Is it a true successor to the Xiaomi 12 Lite, or is it just like another Xiaomi Redmi smartphone? So first, let's focus on the design. The phone looks similarly, following the same footprint as the Xiaomi 12 series. Like you can see Xiaomi 12 Pro, 12, 12 Max. There's so many phones. Now we have the 12 Lite. The design has been changed a little bit too. Like it's iPhone is a style design, like flat frame, flat edges. It should be having the glass and the plastic design, just like the last year's 11 Lite. But this is not anymore the slimmest 5G phone from the Xiaomi, unlike the 11 Lite. So that means they might have increased the battery size, they might have added some bit of extra ports. So let's verify it. On the ports and stuff, you don't get the headphone jack. So I was hoping it, because since they don't give the Lite version anymore, I mean not the slimmest, so there has to be room for the headphone jack, but it is not. Also, the headphone jack is not on the complete symmetrical position. Usually you see any phones like it sits in just between the frame, but I think it is slightly toward the rear panel side. Anyways, you get the dual 5G SIM card. There's a dual stereo speakers setup, one on the earpiece. Also on the top you get the iconic IR blaster, which is nice. Power button is slightly smaller as compared to the Xiaomi 11 Lite. You don't get the side mounted fingerprint sensor. Power button is slightly bigger. That's about the exterior overview. So yep, bit of disappointment is still no room for headphone jack. Not the lightest Xiaomi phone anymore. I'm not sure like why Xiaomi didn't went with the lightest phone anymore. It was really nice to see only Motorola has this crown nowadays, Motorola Edge 30. Moving on, guys, let's talk about the display. On the specification, you are getting a Full HD Plus Super AMOLED display, which is nice and as expected on the price range too. But compared to the Xiaomi 11 Lite, there are some major changes being made to this 12 Lite. First, this display now supports 12-bit color, so which is very rare for this price segment. Now you are getting the 12-bit AMOLED display support. The brightness of the display is again not the super brightest. Even on the Xiaomi portfolio, you can get the much brighter display from the Poco X4, Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. Those can be maxed out to the 1200 nits, but here you get the maximum around 950 nits. But that's okay. I found the display to be okay. Also, this display supports the HDR10 Plus, and again it's Dolby Vision supported also. So you're getting all the best specs possible on this price segment. Only cons I found, like it can be slightly more brighter, like we can see on the Poco F4, which is slightly better display than that. Let's talk about the software. And if you go to the about phone section, this one is running the latest 13.0.7 still based on the Android 12, and you're having the slightly older security patch of the 1st of August. So I don't find much of the bugs and issues in this ROM. You're getting the Google dialer, Google messages. There is no Xiaomi dialers. So not going to talk much about the software. There are less bloatware compared to some other ROMs like the Infinix or the Realme. You're getting a lot of bloatware there, but at least this is slightly better. Speaking about the performance, you are not going to very much surprised because the specs are nearly same what you have already seen on the Xiaomi 11 Lite. You are getting a very good processor, Snapdragon 778G. Don't get me wrong, guys, this CPU is still very good. I'm not against it. At least it is a lot better than the Snapdragon 6 series that we are seeing in so many phones on this slightly lower price segment. So this is still a very capable, powerful CPU. I did not notice any problems so far by using this phone. Like, it's working super fast, application launching, closing, minimizing, everything is super cool. Like you can see, it's very fast. Even if I'm taking photos, it is super quick. Like, it takes very fast photo. During the gaming, I can feel like this phone is slightly warmer compared to other phones if I'm doing gaming for the same bit of time and playing the same bit of game. One reason could be compared to other phones like maybe the Redmi K50i or the Poco series from the Xiaomi company has not done so much for the heat dissipation. Like, there is not as large as heating pipe or liquid cooling system. You can understand those kind of stuff, but yeah, it did get cooler at that time very soon. And also, the game doesn't lag at all even if the phone gets slightly warmer. Moving further, guys, let's talk about the camera. Now this is very exciting. I love the Xiaomi 11 Lite because the camera setup was very good. You're getting the 64 plus 8 plus 5, which is very rare. Samsung used to give 5 megapixel macro, and Xiaomi mostly used to give 2 megapixel, which is kind of waste. Now here setup has been changed. You're getting 108 plus 8 plus 2. It's a traditional setup that you can easily find on the Redmi Note 11 Pro Plus. So you can expect nearly same bit of quality. You're not going to see much huge difference, but yes, since the processor is slightly better, you can see the image processing very faster. It takes fast photos. So those kinds of things are improved here. So colors are good, dynamic range is good, and noise is very less if you're taking photos outside. The 8 megapixel, again, like, there's nothing crazy in the 8 megapixel. It's just okay. Like, there is a bit of noise compared to the main sensor. So if you're really desperate to take ultra wide, then switch to the 8 megapixel. Like, if it is possible, you can just slightly go behind and take the main one. That is much convenient, and it will be much better in the overall result. And on the low light, photos are okay, if you are taking photos without night mode, but once you turn on the night mode, photos are slightly better, so prefer the night mode if you are taking the low light photos. 2 megapixel is kind of waste, so don't expect too much. On the video front, you can film 4K videos because the CPU has that capability, and videos are again good. It has a good dynamic range, good color, everything is nice on the video. Yeah, but still there is no OIS support, so keep that thing in mind. You just have to work on the without OIS videos, just with the EIS. On the selfie, there is something very exciting, and I think it's very rare on this price segment too. So you get the 32 megapixel selfie, and this time it has the autofocus support. That means it can easily detect your eyes also. So selfie is very nice. Skin tone is mostly natural. Focus are very fast, so you don't have to worry about tapping your face. Everything is super cool, dynamic range, and all things are cool. So I like selfie a lot in this phone. And guys, on the further, let's talk about the speakers. You're getting a dual speaker setup here. Speakers are very loud, and we really need to appreciate of the Xiaomi phones to really being the nice set of speakers in most of their phones. Even it is budget of the like Redmi Note series or Poco or here, the speakers are always good. For the battery backup, I think it's still not very great. Xiaomi 11 Lite has the same problem. It's a complete one-day phone, and this is again complete one-day phone for the heavy usage. Like yesterday morning I charged, and this time I just use for the basic stuff, so still I have the 48% left. So for the casual usage, yes, you can make up to that 2 day, but if you are a bit of heavy user, like doing a lot of gaming, a lot of videos and photos, then probably you might need to recharge your phone again next day morning or maybe before the bedtime. So it's again okay. Nothing changed drastically compared to the 11 Lite. Nearly same experience you're getting in both the phones. Conclusion time, guys. What is the final verdict with the Xiaomi 12 Lite? Should you buy this phone, or should you look for any other phones from the Xiaomi Redmi itself or from the other brand? I think first thing they have to be done is like they should have to drop the name Lite, because the term Lite, we're already expecting the lightest phone because the Xiaomi 11 Lite, this is a successor to this phone. So eventually it is not the lightest phone. So they should have to drop the name Lite. Xiaomi 12s or something like that would be much better. Overall, it is a pretty decent, nice phone. I mean, it does everything okay. It's like display is super great. It looks cool, feels premium, design is refreshing, fresh. Performance is decent. Like you can't say it's a bad processor. Yeah, there are possibilities like you get this slightly better processor in the same price segment also. But it is nice. Charging again decent, like 30%, 30 minute to 84% is not that bad. It's good. Camera is also okay. 44K and qualities and all things are okay. If you get this phone or somewhere like in the price range of Xiaomi 11i, then it's a good deal. Hopefully they should discontinue Xiaomi 11i and they bring the Xiaomi 12 Lite, then it's a good deal. Otherwise guys, in the same portfolio from the Xiaomi itself, there are a lot of good phones. The best example is the Pocophone F4. So those are my thoughts with the Xiaomi 12 Lite. Everything just depends on the price guys, on what price you're getting this phone. Let me know your thoughts with the Xiaomi 12 Lite. Those are my thoughts. Thank you so much guys, hope you enjoyed it. This is Saurabh and have a great day.